hopefully. Hopefully. Okay. Still hard to read, but it's better. And you cannot hear the music, so let me fix that. Let's check my phone. Okay, can kind of read it. Description or something. Everything seems fine. Twitter. Right. Partners, these days, not one. First years are just looking. Toddlers 1000 are learning to see. I just flashcards. Corona spent 12 billion kindness learning what charts look like with Huawei to predict an extended part, key train, light and bolt, or provide trade of Windows. We train the people from scratch and only use label units. And the writers are understanding them. Right on this you check the details when you work with the deep learning information and written details are still around. Okay, so you are talking about the right engineers handle the details to check, look for wheels, look for a windshield, right? These are the features, right? But we don't have any engineers, there's just you and me. So how are we going to do this properly, right? We need to have like a learning curve and a fallback, right? Like we need to know how to build towards it properly. Like we don't need to build it from scratch, right? We just need to learn how to work towards it, right? From our results and our tests. Then submit this first. Version feeding chart pictures to the recognition network. fine tuning stage, flash cartridge, and next candle, pre-training stage, one model. The rest looks good. If you think this is the best approach, then we will do it. But if you think there is a better one to do it, then you can suggest it. But for now, let's keep on this way. So I think sure I'll do this one too. Alright. So that's pretty much done. Do it's crashing. I don't know where Codex put that plugin. It's in here somewhere. Hello, there should be a plugin in here somewhere called test123. That's a plugin for better Discord. Please locate it. I need you to make some changes. Here. Good morning. I had GPT 5.5 work on some changes according to the roadmap. Can you please review it and then let me know if the changes were good or bad? Also, so feel free to check everything that they did and then feel free to improve where is needed. Wait, the one up. Okay, so the ultra density mode crashes my the density turbo crashes my Discord when I try to download from the chunks. The compact is fine, right? So we need to look for a solution here. Because I can go on density compact, press auto 1000 chunks, and then it's fine, right? But it's a bit slow. And then I go on density turbo. It's too fast to download the chunks, so we need to look for a solution here. Also, when you work on a new version, when a new version, yeah, just bump the version to 0.38. This is the only downside to this app. Okay, so what did it do? Okay, and how do you know if it's training correctly? Are you following up on it? Because we made changes to our plan, right? Is everything still good here, or is this outdated? Maybe I can do... nope. It's a crash. I'm making a Discord plugin also to download chat history. But Discord hates when you do it, so it is very annoying to build it. It's very annoying. Alright. Also, I noticed when I try to select messages, it does not select the files. So when someone uploads a script in PineScript or PDF file, this will not get in our messages, right? And this is a pretty huge information gap that we are missing then, right? Because someone just posted a description of a strategy and we did not download the source code because it's not in this script, right? To get that, something we also need to fix. There should be like hidden links for the files, because when I click on a file I can copy the link to the file in Discord. So we can try something like that maybe. Yay. After changing the challenger, Kronos affects LLM. Arbit is good. Okay. The running is the same as correct. And I check that my sabotage test is. It must retrain once deliberately scrambled labels. So right now it's training from the training labels that we gave it, right? From all of the different baseline strategies, is that correct? And here I need to...  'Cause, 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 I'll look to use Fable as an orchestrator for GPT 5.6. Use it in combination, should be better. Exactly right. With one training example, looks like strategy extend far long. Yes. Here are 73 details describing the market, then trade ultimately labeled good and seeing 33,000 of those. You can only learn about moments where some strategy fired and look about all the bars in between. Yeah, I know. That's fine, right? You don't want to predict every single bar. You just want to do it the most efficient way, right? Which is feed it baseline strategies, then have it accurately predict whether this trade has a high probability of working out or not, right? That's what we're working towards. Do we have a good end right now? Do we have enough of the enough trades to train it? Also, can you check the features, like because it needs to know enough, right? So can you maybe check while it's working on the features and see what it's looking at, and then can you think if that's sufficient or not, and also tell me what it's looking at in human terms so that I can compare to what I look at or what other traders look at? Density compact. The crash came from three combining issues. Then mode put 510 more messages on screen. The scan delay was fixed when scroll gathered thousand messages, chunk saved, and it died back with 0 plus. Now the delay adapts automatically. Okay, but okay, I have another question. So when you turn on density mode, it hides the images from the chart, right? The files. Should we not display them as hyperlink so that we also capture them, or does it automatically capture the charts? I mean the images. Three honest caveats. 4 families are 10. Yeah, that's fine. Checking what you can compare notes to 170 detail. Session clock. Okay. Okay. May stack. Pullback depth. Trend efficiency. Recent momentum. Statistical layer returns Z-score fall trending mean reverting math. Yeah, can you spin up like 3 agents to look for gaps in this what the model is checking and see if we are missing anything? You you can try to look online, but you probably won't find anything, right? So you need to really dig deep and maybe even look in your own source code, if that's possible. You really need to think like a trader here and like an engineer, right? Not so much like just a general large language model, right? You need to actually think about what we need, and you need to do deep reasoning on this. The plugin was already reading image URLs out of the page when density hit them, because CSS hiding doesn't delete the elements, so in most cases links of arrays. Mode image now collapse to a thin 14 pixel strip instead of disappearing. Links carrying expiring signatures. Wait, but why do the links carry expiring signatures typically 24 hours? If I'm scrolling up on the chat right now and I can see all the images like for months and years ago, right? So how does this work? Or is it just us pulling the link that expires after 24 hours automatically? Because then we will need a way to also download them automatically, right? When pulling them from the yeah, this is eating art. It's fine, it's a big task, right? Alright, so let this and this thing. Oh, somehow I finished. Okay, it's good. Didn't use too much. It's good. We need to let this go, and then this hopefully is the last change. Every attachment now carries parameters together to the expiry. The real gold is inside this repo. I appreciate that you are saying the real gold is inside this repo, but I think some of the repo is poisoned, right? Like, it has data, yes, but I don't think it's very good or very accurate. That's why I'm kind of skeptical, right? It's all closed yesterday. about London's strategic edge. Also, can you take a look at this website? Wow, it popped face here. See if they allow you crawling, and then I want you to take a look at all the research, everything that they have. Right, so we can learn from this. Your client shows year-old images fine because every time it loads a channel, the API mints a fresh pass on the fly. Our expert just photocopied yesterday's pass. The image is still Discord servers, but our URL copy is up to the door after 24 hours. The chunk save every Discord attachment link in it, uploaded files and images automatically downloaded to the media subfolder. Okay, plugins 0.4. Alright, so density. Okay, it's not lagging. Can you also show the amount of images selected in the visible message picker? Like we can see the messages selected, right? How many dupes, how many visible now? Can you add a new category that displays links or images or attachments? Like just name it one, make it one category, right? But put those in there. Okay, then I'll ask it to review, see if it can find this. It just auto-disabled it. That's pretty shitty. Okay, so let me go back a bit. Message picker. Okay, this works. Nice. Wait, why did it time out? Why do you time out? But the fight will your cute roadmaps have been well-tested button is finally called. What is red the time? Yeah, it's automatically using haiku also. Officially approve something that already happened. If you already made a trust change, and then your coach is supposed to ask you before making a change like that. I mean, if it's good, we keep it, no? And then fix the things. Alright, save remainder. Alright, can you take a look at my users, Gebruiker, update, roaming, better Discord, plugins, test 1, 2, 3, export chunks folder to see if the images are there and it's actually working. Also, can you add something like a way for me to copy the path in Discord because I cannot select it? Or make a button that it opens the path to what its autosave target is on, right? So I click it and then it opens my explorer on that path. Half our fires happen outside regular US market hours. Yes, that's fine. Regular mindset. Just cannot see volume at all. The X decides level is 3 points away, but not how many times you've been touched or yeah, that's quite a lot of gaps. Can you look to fix these, please? Or do you want to wait for verdict? Okay, good to know. Hopefully this is done because I gotta stop burning usage. Image downloads are working. Folder button upgrades. Chunk folder. Clicking it now opens the folder in Explorer with it and copies the fill paths. Nice. Nice. Good shit, brother. Alright. So this can wrap Now we need to. A second. Let me see if I can do this. And then this here. Well, I have extract indicators. I don't know if it's go this first. Five. Tell me what jobs of these servers. I only have some of this. Maybe this one. Let's look at this one. You can hide. There's a balance block fixed per profile. Generatic file. Rotic file contains bias columns. Telling big values from losers. Sabotage test collapse. Until up to 2017 slices. Yeah, but we need to. Need to add a lot of stuff, right? Because no. Baseline finish at 35 minutes. Intraday range expansion. Is today's range expanding or contracting relative to recent days? Really also need to make sure it's not forward. Okay, so yes, go with the V3 rebuild. Make sure that we have all the features now, and also you need to be careful that no features are look back, right? Because you're saying intraday range expansion is best feature. Is that because it knows the range expanded beforehand or not, right? So you need to be careful on that. And then for the London strategic edge, I was mostly coding it to see if they have research on trading strategies or using AI in trading strategies, and also they have a lot of free data available, or is that a false claim? Okay, so this crashed, so it's not good. stock chat I did strategy scripting. Voice chat doesn't do anything. Already have share strat indicators. Okay, but I already have this, so that's useless. So I need to strategy scripting. I need to redo this one. Probably. It's not letting me scroll. GG. Come on. Man, I fucking hate this one. Why do you make your app so bad? This is useless right to me because this again. Save. Jump to top. Hello, you. Hi. How are you doing? Just back. Good for developing? Me? Good for developing? No. I know jack shit about developing, but I mean, I know some stuff about vibe coding. I've been going for a year almost. So, but this is good for developing. Yes. Program I'm using. 4.5.8. What? Are you selling out? I mean, I don't mind, but I'm not gonna click that link. It's. I'll check it in a bit, but I'll need to finish this first. It's done. Okay, got it all. Save everything there. And this, we need this. Alright. I'm checking the link. So we have everything. Okay, so now we need to get the big juice. Put density on this auto check. AI software development platform. AI development platform describes them as AI native engineering firm orchestrating coding agents. Yeah, so it's basically, it's a wrapper for vibe coding. I mean, is I looking help for coding using when you need help? I don't know how you can use it. I don't know either. I'm not using the thing I'm using right now is just Cloud Code like CLI, right? But I mean, I don't even see the need to use this. It looks like this looks useless. I'll pull it up. I mean, what does it even do? What problems does it even solve? Transform Cloud Code cursor coded into a real engineering spot. Parallel agents, yes, I have that by default. You can use through CLI, yes, but you can use like plot codes and cursor codecs through CLI, right? You just open a command prompt and then you check like this. I don't even see the problem that this is solving. Like this just looks like AI coded slop. Vibe coding and for what even is this? Chart, man. Like, what? What is this chart? This is fucking, I don't know, this is useless. I mean, if you like, do you need the tutorial or what? But I cannot like show my full screen, so it's pretty bad. Don't know how I can, but you just don't need that, like, right? You don't need that. You just need to use. You just need the. No. What's this? How to install. Yes, you need Claude. Those apps don't work if you don't have Claude installed. They're just it's a wrapper on top of Claude, right? Here. You need to go here, right? Then you need to download. And then you will have you have an app for Claude, right? And then you can tell the app to install the command line interface if you want, but that's probably gonna be too complicated. So you need to go here if you want to use Claude, or Codex download if you want to use Codex. If you want, this is for ChatGPT and this is for Claude, right? Don't use Cursor because that's Cursor is like if you really know what you're doing. Like Cursor is like for engineers, right? They know what they're doing and need to change code themselves also. So just download one of these. Claude or Codex. It's tough. Right now, Claude, but Claude is gonna have some issues. Claude is gonna have some issues. 1 second. So right now, right, this is, but right, this is Claude. Fable 5 is from Claude, right? So this is the strongest model. Yeah, Grok, don't look at it, it's bugged right now. But the second strongest is GPT 5.5, right? Yeah, GPT 5.5 is also pretty good, but it depends what you need it for. They come like with high cost, right? So let me make actually let me make a list because it's so small. Holy shit. Okay, so Claude, more general task. More expensive. Codex is GPT. Better backend, cheaper, and they have GPT 5.6 launched today, so that's gonna be interesting, right? See how good it is. and you also have 50% weekly limit falling, 50% extra weekly limit being removed, right? So I think codecs, but it depends what you need it for. Like, if you need to use for research, right, do a lot of research, then I would say Cloud, but Cloud is a lot more expensive, right? The tokens cost a lot more, the usage it's gone really fast, right? You will hit your limits very hard. Whereas in codecs, right, they don't really, like, you don't really hit your limits, right? And it is cheaper also. And they have 5.6 coming out today, so I need to see how that does. I would say codecs, especially because I have 5.6 coming out today. And you will get, you'll be able to use a lot more, you'll be able to do more with codec subscription than with Cloud subscription, because Cloud is a lot more expensive. Right? Like, Cloud will run out after 50 prompts, where you give those same 50 prompts to codecs, you will still have a lot more usage left. Yeah, I would say codecs. I think Claude is pretty screwed after GPT 5.6 comes out. If that's any good, then Claude is gonna have some problems. And this is bugs. Older messages. I don't see messages. Really, it is bugged. I need to. Yeah, I would try codecs, but wait for the release of Sol 5.6. It comes out today, and you're gonna get way better outputs than compared to 5.5. All right. Here's playing terms. Feature measures how big is today's range so far versus recent days. It's only been using bars at close at fire time. Same thing. You'd see glancing on your chart. Okay, nothing from research. Okay, that's good. Research on training strategies and AI. Nothing here. Their material is general SMT below standards already. The free data true falls partially true on free data working API working downloads. The data is scraped from unnamed sources by a 1-year-old company. Okay, and on the London Exchange, do they have anything about how to build trading models using AI? Like, do they have any research about that specifically? Because I saw some, right, and it looks like you are either missing it or you're deeming it as not important at all. So when you research something, I need you to really look at everything and not just scrape some random things, right? Like, this could be important information that we are missing. And then flight feed 3 extending dataset with all approved batches. Calendar repairer. Calendar is done. That's the end of 2026. But, this looks good. This is still fixing. %, already. Yeah, it's not really good. I got another reset on Sunday, but maybe we can make it. Right, all the rest is good, right? Like... Paste the URL. It's literally in the autofill. What? Alright, Discord is still going. They're just... Okay, this is useless because they're just saving charts, so we stop. Okay. Forex General... No... Down. Yeah, this is useless info. Happy 5.6 day. Let's go. High chance is better than 4.8 because following also happens over slots. Opus 5. This is the honeycomb. It's hot. Because if they release Opus 5, it won't be better than Fable. Right. And to also be giga expensive. Nordic has to know just to release Opus 5. Opus 5 is a little bit better than Fable, so it's useless. Hey, that's Fable 5 start and earn a business. 12 Pro 200, yeah, minus 250. Testing sulfur over 2 months makes it seem more plausible that, according to rumors, GPT-6 will be released in 4 to 6 weeks. Training the reverse conclusion. On the ranking on Thursday. Well, 99 GLM 5.2. Okay, that's pretty funny. 99
searching for a feeling that kind of makes me feel alive. When I need a little healing, I turn up the speaker loud. Hear it when the lights go low.
Everything's still going. So this is
Nothing feels the same. Nothing feels the same. Nothing feels the same.
Can you also fix the walls?
Nothing feels the same.
Use so just I don't know.
Chasing the moments, the kind that hit so deep. Oh, oh, oh. Hear it when the lights go low. Wanna lose all my control. When the beat begins to fade, I know. Nothing feels the same. Nothing feels the same. Nothing feels the same. Nothing feels the same.
Deep crawl. Site hides actual content behind JavaScript. Only see marketing. Genuinely decent free product with honest tutorials, but still no research. Their strategy language claims ML integration that doesn't exist in or reference in their level 3 order book. Actual crypto level 2. Small but real, sub separate, okay. Okay.
and its creators are making some very bold claims. Specifically, they're saying that for dev work, it should compare to models like Fable 5 at a fraction of the cost. The model is Grok 5 from SpaceX AI, now partnered with Cursor. These numbers might be a little bold based on my experience using it. They're not that far off. Grok 4.5 has been genuinely impressive, and it has a few things that are truly novel to it that I never would have guessed. And at its current price, it's a steal, especially with the 50% discount they're currently offering for people using it through tools like Cursor. I want to break down all of the good, the bad, and the ugly with this model, but first, a quick word from today's sponsor. Normally, my ads are showcasing all the cool things AI can do. Detect changes on a page. This makes this exact task trivial, and not only is it easy, it falls entirely under the free tier. And even if it didn't fall under the free tier, I could have just forked it and ran it myself because they're open source. Firecrawl has pretty much everything your agents need to scrape the web, from search to URL-specific read. XAI's smartest model built for coding, agentic tasks, and knowledge work. Let's talk about what we care about, real-world engineering excellence. Grok 4.5 was trained on data sets spanning knowledge in coding, science, engineering, and math. With both intelligent and efficient reasoning, Grok 4.5 excels at real engineering tasks, and it exceeds comparable leading models at many of these tasks. So Deep SWE, which is the software bench that I've been repping pretty hard, I find to be a very reasonable benchmark measuring how work actually happens with agents. Obviously, Fable is still number 1. GPT-5.5 is still number 2. We don't have numbers for 5.6 yet. Excited to see those. But for now, third place is Grok, massively beating out any Google model. I don't think any are even referenced here. Opus 4.8 is falling a decent bit behind, and then 4.7 is way lower. This is a new frontier tier that we are seeing happen, and Grok 4.5 is on the line between last gen and this gen in a lot of ways. 4.5 was trained across tens of thousands of GB300 GPUs, which is the newest technology from NVIDIA. Training and stability techniques designed for large-scale runs. Beyond raw token volume, we invested heavily in data filtering and curation, deduplication, quality scoring, and domain-focused selection, so the data mixture stayed high coverage and high signal. That is interesting. This model does seem to be a full new base pre-training rather than an adjustment on previous Grok models. The biggest indicator of that is that they mention it's a 1.5 trill per RAM model, where previous ones were only 500 bill per RAM. So clearly a whole new model here. Their RL training covered hundreds of thousands of tasks centered on multi-step software engineering and other technical work with automated and model-based grading. Our stack is built for highly asynchronous training, so agentic rollouts can further serving it on at roughly 80 tokens per second. Cursor, who is now part of SpaceX AI, has their own article about this drop, and it has a couple more interesting details I wanted to jump on. First off, they have more benchmarks, including Terminal Bench 2.1, where it performed just barely below GPT-5.5 and pretty close to Fable with an 83.3 versus 83.4 and 84.3 respectively. SWE Bench, which I don't care about, it's a bad benchmark, so I'll skip it. And then Deep SWE, which you mentioned before, it's doing very well on. SWE Bench Pro, which again, bad benchmark, I don't care. Cursor subscription plans for individuals and teams include significant usage of the model with double usage for the first week. This is the other exciting thing. One of the problems Cursor has as a business is that they struggle to compete with the labs just doing this crazy subsidization, because you can pay OpenAI $200 and then get up to $14,000 of inference, not even counting resets. That's hard for them to compete on. They've won on enterprise still because the API rates are what the enterprises often have. You can just go on those types of big, bold, hard tasks. You might have noticed one bench missing from here, though. Cursor Bench. That is certainly not because it performed poorly. As we see here, the top right being the cheapest and the best, it performed comparable to Fable 5 High for a significant removed from Grok 4.5 is $2 per million tokens in and $6 per million tokens out. That makes it comically cheaper than a lot of competing models. For example, Fable is $10 per million tokens in and $50 per million tokens out, between 5 and almost 10x the cost. And that ignores the fact that Fable's relatively token hungry, and this model seems to be less so. Hard to know for sure until we've really put it through its paces, but based on all the benches I've seen and all the work I've done with it, it's relatively efficient. It is also worth noting that this price only applies under 200,000 tokens of context. If you go over, the price is double to $4 per million tokens in and $12 per million tokens out. Still way cheaper than any other model at this tier, but it only goes up to 500K tokens. It's kind of weird to have a model that can go over 200K and charges more, but is still under a mil. Specifically, 200K to 500K is not that much more context and to build twice as much for it, especially to build twice as much on output for the artificial analysis numbers, and then I will dive into my experience. SpaceXAI's Grok 4.5 scored a sweet, and Kimi K26 was about 35 cents per task. GLM 5.2 is about 37 cents per task. And then Grok 4.5, which scored way higher than those other models, was only 31 cents per task. And for reference, Fable 5 was $2.75 for the same work. Yeah, it's an efficient model. And if you look at the intelligence versus cost chart, you see it is very well positioned. It is just on the edge of the green box, the good spot that almost nothing is in. Both Grok 4.5 and Gemini 3.1 Pro score very well here, and Grok 4.5 is meaningfully more intelligent while also being in this price range. This gets much crazier with the coding-focused benches, though, because Grok came out swinging here, crushing every Google model by a large margin. And if we look at the token usage per task for the code work, you'll see Opus and Fable both massive token hogs at 7.2 mil for Fable and 9.2 mil for Opus. 5.5 on X high is still in the 6 mil range or so. 5.5 on medium was only 3.5 mil tokens, but all the way at the end here, Grok build with Grok 4.5, only 2 mil tokens to get that high of a score. That is an insane level of token efficiency. I never would have guessed that this model would be so efficient, but it really is. And the result is that it feels way faster to use, and the bill ends up being cheaper than you might have expected. It kind of makes this a great go-to default code model that you bring other things in to clean up after if you use it and it doesn't do quite what you want. Artificial analysis also calls out that it does very well on agentic tasks, things that are multi-step, where it has to call tools and synthesize information. One of the most cost-efficient models to run for near-frontier intelligence. Yep, it is insanely cheap. The token efficiency combined with the low price is what makes it so compelling. It's a coding agent. Grok 4.5 and Grok build is on par with 5.5 and offers efficiency benefits. Still insane because 5.5 was such an efficient model. I was hoping it would be a little cheaper here, but it does seem very determined to get answers, as it averaged at 2,100 tokens per response, making it one of the most heavy reasoning models I have used here, where it really thought before giving an answer. All of this said, benchmarks are benchmarks, and a lot of them don't measure how it feels to use the model in the real world. For example, a lot of the Google models score great, and when I use them for code, they just don't feel particularly good to use. So how has Grok 4.5 been in my usage? I'll be frank, I'm impressed. I'm working hard on my new cloud product, Lakebed, and I'm really close to shipping. I wanted to spend a lot of time the last few days doing a big pass, auditing it, finding any potential issues, whether it's security, maintenance problems, things that aren't great to have in an open source project, that type of stuff. I had to do an audit, and it did a pretty good job. It found most of the things that Fable and GPT-5.6 found. However, it did a great job when I asked it to start fixing the things. And when I noticed how well it was doing, I started to push it a little hard. I opened with working on hardening Lakebed for its first public release. I have the following PR up, which addresses the majority of the remaining issues with a link to the PR. Here's the report for the majority of those issues with a post-plan link. Have we resolved them? Are there other things worth solving before launch? I had an issue with the cloud environment because I didn't even set it up yet, and I was doing this all remote. I think I was actually doing it from my phone if I were. Should not be treated as done. All of this is great. This is a really good way about and help me just one run, make both of those PRs, and all the thing Fable found. No. Was its code as thorough as 5.6? No. Was it able to go back and forth with me on really big, heavy tasks and be pleasant to use while also being very fast and cheap? Absolutely, yeah. In a lot of ways, I see this model as a good alternative to the game in 3D. It did, and it has some issues, like this layout is broken because of the model. I didn't choose for it to be panned hard to the side like this. Wait till you see what happens when we open the game. It successfully made a full 3D environment, modeled all of the different creatures itself, as well as all of the geometry of the things on the bottom of the tank. And it did a way better job with that than any other model I've used, even models like Fable and 5.6, which I have given access to 3D modeling tools as well. This crushed all of them. Obviously, the models are far from great, especially the creature models and the model for the submarine. And it also got the controls super wrong, where A goes right and D goes left for some reason. They screwed these things up. And it also just doesn't control very cleanly. I gave it a follow-up telling it to fix. Very different. And as silly as it is, even something like Sonnet 5 has a bit of that feeling too. The different generation game. And
well, this is still working, everything's still going, so Not much to do for me. Referee number, so yeah, this roughly an hour. Yeah, that makes sense. Check this. Oh wait, still going. 30% gone. Yeah, I'll need to keep some of this. $140K. How much it's using here? 200K. So 350. 400K is 30%. Okay, great. Can we... I want to keep building it, but I don't want to use a lot of tokens, right? I think I need to keep my objects. I don't have a lot of usage here. One reset, show usage needs this. Yeah, 8% left. This is on the 13th. Yeah. Can we keep... Can we keep building it out? But I want you to use workers with low effort, right? For low token costs. I don't want to spend a lot of tokens on this. But I want to do it correctly, right? So you can give the tasks to sub agents, right? Like make them solid, medium effort or something, right? They want to spend a lot of tokens, right? And then yeah, just give it to them so they can code it in correctly. Well, right, they can code it in correctly, but keep the costs low. Correctly, so that you can test something like continue, but cheap tightly scoped tasks to low cost workers with net review to keep correct. Well, that's gonna take an hour. December 21. Holy shit. This chat have a lot of history. Alright, we'll call it here. There's literally not much to do. Just gotta wait for this to finish. Right, it'll be another like 30 minutes at least. And then this, I'll hold this after a bit to reserve my usage. So thank you for watching, and follow me on my Twitter at CONCERTOR HQ. Thank you for watching. See you next time.